Motor City, to Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff gonna open up with a throw. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
You'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Second down and 3. First carry for David Montgomery. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On first down, it's Goff. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Williams in motion. A second down throw for Goff. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's third down. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Oh! And he's going to have the Lions first down. He'll wind up getting close to 10 yards on 4th and 1.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
This throw taken in by Amon-Ra. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. To the goal line and in. Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Lions. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll run here with the rookie. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
A gain there of 11. That's good for a Giants first down.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on third down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
A second down throw for Locke. He's got his man, that's Slayton, and he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after one, it's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake, it's Locke. Connects with his big tight end, man Hurts. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will power his way into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Reynolds now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Williams in motion. Quick throw, taken in. Here's a 2nd and 6. A run up the gut with Montgomery. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. To throw is Goff. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll go play action with Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. They're trying to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end. Mike kind of patrolling that center field safety position, but this time he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. The penalty yardage not quite enough for a 1st down, so they're still looking at 3rd and inches. On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And he is going to have a Lions first down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Goff to throw. This one caught by Patrick.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll put a receiver in motion right. They'll run with Tracy. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Catch is made. That is Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Williams in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Goff. that one on target to Williams. He's got it. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
The Lions call their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That's over the middle. Taken in by Laporta.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On second down, Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete, but it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. On 1st down is Locke. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
In motion, it's Robinson. From the gun on 3rd down is Locke. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. The Giants sending out their punter as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On first down, it's Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Goff to throw on first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Goff going to get this out to St. Brown. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. Here's 2nd and 6. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Third and 6. Throwing here is Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
Working free downfield, it is Williams. And he's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Walk out of the shotgun. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Now it's Tracy looking to run. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Locked to throw on first down. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A carry here for Tracy. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Now a 3rd and 2. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Locked to throw on 1st and 10. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
24-yard pickup as they convert on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. That one, taken in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Lions 28, Giants 17.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Goff to throw. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll run to the right with Montgomery. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. And that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. Now Locke. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He's got his man. That's Neighbors. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. On the ground, here's Tracy. And this will be a Giants 1st down as the tackle's made at the 23-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throw it. Lock. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They go play action. It's Locke. He's got his man. That's Slayton. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Here's Locke. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on...
That is intercepted. And he is going to score a pick 6 for the touchdown. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On 1st down is Locke. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Locke to throw. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 2nd down, Locke. Got his man at the 6. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. To throw is Locke. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here's another shot from the 6. It's 2nd and goal. Locke. That is caught side of the end zone. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York. Gano on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants are able to edge a bit closer.
Giants 24.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
What a run. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. One more time for Montgomery. Not much happening there. Tackled at the 17. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Straight ahead, it's Montgomery.
David Montgomery, the ball carrier. Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, that brings Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This is 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here we go. One final play. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. So it's a win here for the Lions. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.